convince you to start another Heresy army just by whispering devilish things into your ears.
There's only 8 legions. How bad can it get?
Hello everyone. Welcome back to our Tale of Gamers for the Horus Heresy. Welcome to the wrap-up for month 2 and the start of month 3. This month we were painting the basic troops of our armies, so tactical marines, terminators, all sorts of things like that. And we're going to go around and we're going to talk about what everyone accomplished, starting with the person who seems to have painted the most out of everyone, a veritable machine, which is Josh.
Yeah, I've got a problem. So I have I've been painting feverishly since our last video, and I believe in that video I actually painted my tactical marines. So I think I was a little ahead on the troops one, and now I've kind of taken it into overdrive. The Heresy fever has got me. The Heresy train has no brakes, all of that kind of stuff. And I've been painting away. So, in order, so I painted up some Deimos pattern rhinos once I could get a hold of that kit for the tactical marines that I worked on last episode. And I was really stoked to do those. I added the Forge World doors, which have this really beautiful blood drop, which I tried to paint like a little gem, and I'm really pleased with how that turned out. But we didn't stop there. No, we kind of got a bit ahead of ourselves, and I thought I'm gonna take a little bit of a step into the next section as well, and I'm gonna paint up some terminators. So I ended up working on a couple of cataphracti terminators, to supplement the tac squads. You know, get some of that nice sort of heavy infantry, and really add some chunk to the force. And I wish I could say I left it there. I really wish I did, but I didn't. So because my tactical marines got a transport, so did my terminators, and I actually painted up my Spartan assault tank for those guys to ride in as well. This has been it. I've been painting lots of metal boxes this month. It's been lots of vehicles, lots of big Terminator armor, and I was fortunate enough to get my hands in addition. And this, I promise, this is the last thing. And hopefully there's some photos or something. But there will be. I got my hands on the Leviathan Dreadnought. And painted that up to go and smash my opponent's tanks. And I promise that's it. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling the Blood Angels, guys. I'm feeling it, and I don't know. I think I'm gonna be defending those gates of terror before we know it.
I loved everything you've done, especially the Leviathan Dreadnought. I love Leviathan Dreadnoughts. I can't wait to paint mine. And yeah, yours looked really cool. But yeah, amazing. What are your plans for the next month, if any?
Well, so I'm gonna try and rein it in, and I'm gonna stick with the theme. So we're looking at, I believe, elites for the next choice, and I do have some bits left from my Age of Darkness box. So I'm thinking something cool to add would be some veterans, as a Blood Angel. You know, I'm going to want to add some cool, nice combat units, and maybe we could try the Dreadnought, but I think veterans is what I'm thinking at the moment.
Nice, amazing. Well, good luck with that, and we will pop all those pictures up of your amazing models.
I've been working at a slightly more slovenly pace compared to Josh. I got one whole squad of tender spoilers finished. That was in the first week of the month, and I did next to nothing for the rest of it. I am almost done with my first 5 scouts. I'm hoping to have those painted up in the next couple of days. So I will technically have 2 troop choices painted by the time this video goes out. But apart from that, I have been doing quite a bit of building minis. I've been doing some list building and kind of figuring out what HQ choices So I converted up a Praetor from the Zephon model, which I'm very happy with, and I picked up a Librarian to use. And I'm almost done on building a veteran squad for next. So, not so much painting, but I've made some progress. But I'm pretty happy with the despoilers. I'm still getting used to the scheme a bit because I haven't powered through something like 40 tacticals and a dreadnought and some terminators. But I think I'm gonna mix up the weathering. But it's gone to the point where I can batch paint it pretty reliably. So yeah, hopefully from now on things will go a little faster, but I'm not gonna make any promises.
You've accomplished the goal. You know, the whole point of this was a bit of a slow grow. We happen to have hobby machines in our midst, but it's fine to be getting just a couple of troops done in a month. That's what I have accomplished. So yeah, amazing. Next we have Spencer. How's it going?
Hello.
What have you been working on, and what is your plans for the next month?
I'm good. So what have I been working on? So between last month and this month, I was moving house, so I haven't had that much time really to get that much hobby in. But I have finished a squad of Cataphracti Terminators, and for my list, those are going to be my troops. So they're converted up with some cool power axes on their fists and stuff. So yeah, those have been really fun to paint. I still need to do another squad of 5 for my list. But yeah, they're really fun. I've converted them with the power axes from the Stormcast Praetors from Age of Sigmar. Like chop the ends of the halberds off and put those on instead of like chain fists. Just like a little bit something different to what you would normally see for like a power axe. So yeah, I'm pleased with how they've come out. Put a little flag on one of them, which is always nice. Like it's fun putting banners on stuff, which I made out of a Coke can and a bit of. Actually, I think it was the other end of the halberd from one of the Praetors, so
Okay.
that came a bit useful. Didn't waste a bit.
Do you have do you have a tutorial on those Coke can banners?
I have, yeah. There's one on my
Plug.
YouTube. So, yep. They're really easy to make. You just literally just cut the shape out and then spray it up, and then paint on whatever design, and then weather it up and stick it on the model. It's good to go. But they're good because they hold the shape. Like you can obviously like make them look like they're flowing, and then they hold the shape really well. So yeah, they're fun to make. I do want to put in a squad of Justarian Terminators into the list, which obviously they'll be different, like 'cause obviously they'll be black armored, but it's still another 5 Cataphracti Terminators to do. So I'm kind of feeling like I might do a Dreadnought instead next month and put a flag on it too. Why not? They're really cool. The new kit's really nice to build as well. Like I built and primed one already. I've got another one as well. So yeah, I'm also converting up a Abaddon, like a different model for him. So get him finished too. And yeah, full steam ahead really.
Amazing. Are you still enjoying being in the Heresy? I know this is sort of your first Heresy.
Yeah, I mean the setting's so good for my style of painting, like all grim and grimy and weathered. I feel like that style just suits the setting so well. All the Marines have gone through so much war and everything. It's just, yeah, it's brilliant.
Finally, last but not least, we come to Zoe. What have you been working on? How's it going, and what's coming up?
So, full disclosure, this month, I started some new medication. Has not been good for the old productivity. And as a result, I haven't done that much. My 2 troops choices are all assembled and all sprayed up. So what I've got is 10 tactical marines and 10 breach marines, who I've used in games, and those breach marines are flipping incredible. I've played lots of games with them, but I haven't painted them very much. So I'm hoping now that the medication's settled a bit, next month I'll be a bit more productive. Everything in my army is basically assembled. I have 1,500 points. Just take a bit of a step back on hobby for the past month or so, doing little bits of character stuff and not really been able to engage with full armies or full squads even. But in terms of next time, I do have a Contemptor, but just to be contrary, I'm not going to paint the Contemptor. I'm going to assemble. I'm going to finish building 5 destroyers because I have this Kratos, and it's kind of a big lump. And and it's a fun lump, but I have 2 350 point units in my army, and one of those units is my Chariot Siege Terminators, and the other one is this Kratos, and I'd like to be able to have some units that are not a big lump. I'm going to hopefully build some more Iron Havocs, so that I've got options for when I want to do that. So I think next time it's going to be building and painting up my destroyers.
Yeah, nice. That sounds cool. It sounds really, really great. I love destroyers. They're quite unique, I think, aren't they? And
yeah, I'm converting some Mark III ones with plastic 40k Raptor jump packs converted onto Mark III backpacks.
that sounds really good. I can't wait to see your destroyers when they're done. I guess I should tell you about what I've been doing. And so I finished 10 of my Deathwing Terminators. So they are converted from the 40k Deathwing Terminators and the 30k Cataphracti and Tartarus ones. So I've done 5 of each, 5 Tartarus, 5 Cataphracti. There's a video about them on my YouTube channel if you want to see them. But I think they look great. The conversions with the robes look really cool, and I like the colour scheme. I still have to do the transfers on them, but I'm going to do that at the end, I think, when I've got my whole army done. Next month, I'm hoping to do a Contemptor, and I'm also hoping to do a Librarian for my other HQ choice. I want to convert the Librarian out of a bunch of things. The other Praetor from the Age of Darkness box that I haven't used, I also want to use the exclusive Inquisitor model that they had for Warhammer store anniversaries. He has a cool backpack with it's like flying out with psychic energy and stuff, and the sword has psychic energy on it. I want to use that, and then also I want to use some of the parts from the Phoenix Lord Morgan Ra as well, and we'll see how that goes. So like maybe the bottom flowy cloak thing, that kind of thing. I'm kind of gonna push the boundaries when it comes to like what can be considered a loyalist librarian. As is, I think, fine to do for Dark Angels. So those are my 2 things I want to get done in the next month. Contemptor and that guy. And then, yeah, my army is coming on well. You don't need a lot of models when you are core of Terminators and a Spartan.
Fans of a Horus Heresy and a Tale of Painters, it is I, Leaky Cheese, and here I am with my update, my Sons of Horus project. And as you can see, spinning away happily there in the background is my Kratos tank, and today's update is that the Kratos has got its new clothes on. Yes, it has been painted. So I hope you like how this looks. This has been painted for me by a friend, which is Headley Carter, and he has done what I think is a really rather splendid job of bringing this Legio 16 behemoth to life. So this tank I've named Lunan Wrath, harking back to the 16th Legion's early years as a Lunar Wolves. And of course, a Kratos tank is supposed to be an old tank from the Unification Wars and then the early part of the Great Crusade that fell out of favour. So this is representing a vehicle that's been brought back into service as Heresy developed. Headley comes from a military and scale modelling background, and it was these skills and experiences that he's brought to painting this model, and I certainly appreciate the understated look that he's given this vehicle, both in terms of a general scheme but also the weathering, and a couple of interesting things on the paint scheme. So the green is the Citadel Sons of Horus air paint. Obviously this is done all on an airbrush. And the black is actually NATO black of all colours, and the black being ever so slightly off with a tint of green in it, I think works really well. So yeah, great model. It's all magnetised, as you remember from a previous video, apart from the Volkite sponsons, which I've just left as is, because I always want to use those. So yeah, I hope you like this tank. I'm really pleased with it, absolutely delighted. I'm sure there'll be more to add to its numbers as time goes on. So a quick update now on what I'm doing next. The next thing I want to look at with the Sons of Horus is my Justarian Terminator. So I've already done quite a lot of preparation work on the 10 Justarian Terminators that I bought a few months back, and they're largely ready to build now. I've just been having a bit of an and an ah as to how best to configure the squad, but I think I've got my answer now because I'm still getting my head around the new rules. And what I've decided on is I'm going to go with 2 squads of 5, each of which will have its own Land Raider Proteus carrier when that gets released, another great model. And for armament, I'm going to, instead of going with the Corrosion power axe, I'm going to go with lightning claws because that's a free upgrade, and I think overall lightning claws have got the edge on the corrosive axe just a little bit, certainly in terms of versatility, because it has rending as opposed to breaching. In addition to those, each squad will have one trooper with a chain fist and one with a power fist for anti-armor capabilities, and on elites like the Justarian I think that will be enough. Ranged weapon wise, 4 troopers will have a Bane Strike Combi Bolter, which is a great weapon, and then the final one will carry a multiple melter. That's right, one of the Justarian Terminator's party pieces has always been their ability to take the multi-melter. So that's what I'll be working on over the next couple of months. Yes, the Terminators. So I hope you've enjoyed that update and a quick look at Luna and Wrath of the Sons of Horus. Take care then. Bye-bye.
Everyone's projects, again, as always, sound like they're going amazingly. I'm loving doing this and loving getting these like monthly updates from everyone. I hope that everyone else is still enjoying doing this and that we will continue on until December and hopefully play a game at Warhammer World. If you're following along, the next theme is elites, so anything sort of elite is able to be included, but as always, you can do what you want. You don't have to follow the theme at all. Thank you everyone, and we'll say goodbye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.